So, way back in the 1940s, the way most Americans got their news in a film or video format was in newsreels. They didn't get it through TV because while TV technically existed, virtually no one had it. So, newsreels were short news segments designed to be aired before and in between motion pictures in your local theater. So, you'd go to the theater to see a movie and they'd have commercials and newsreels and other things in between the features. So, what you're about to see are the first newsreels that were targeted specifically to propagandize Black America. Now, there was a lot of propaganda films the U.S. government was putting out back then to encourage, patriotism and participation in like war bond efforts and whatnot. But these are the first ones that were targeted specifically to Black America. So these, what you're about to watch, is an example of those, and I find them fascinating just because we're seeing a part of Black America, really of America, that we don't normally get to see. So I hope you enjoy them, and please like and share. That's a really big deal for a small YouTuber like me. And thank you guys. Love you very much. God bless.
Harold Oggins, convoy battle hero, gets home to read about the week he spent in a lifeboat in the Arctic Ocean. Oggins comforts his sister, Mrs. Spencer Verrett, and Spencer Jr., whose father shipped with Oggins but did not return. Little Spencer doesn't realize that his uncle's gun crew shot down 4 Nazi planes before his ship was sent to the bottom.
All Americans are equal in the United States Coast Guard and its training school at Battle Creek, Michigan. Training in the Coast Guard, as in all the armed services, begins with the manual of arms. And so it is with these young men who someday will man our rescue boats and watch our shores for enemy spies to attempt secret landings on American soil. Jiu-jitsu is supposed to be an invention of the Japs, but our boys are trained in a few tricks of rough and tumble fighting that will give any foes who tangle with them a fine view of the rising sun from an unexpected position on the ground. The boys like this part of the daily drill. There is no more impressive ceremony anywhere than retreat in any branch of America's fighting forces, and the guardsmen pay tribute as Old Glory is lowered at the close of a busy day of training.
All-American News brings you our people's contribution to America and freedom. The American Youth Orchestra rehearses for its coming appearance at Carnegie Hall. Gene Dixon, noted conductor, directs. Long-honored composers and young composers will be heard in the concert. Dixon organized the orchestra as a weapon against delinquency, and his efforts have proven highly successful. Rebecca West is private cook for Mrs. Eleanor Patterson, owner of the Washington, D.C. Times Herald. Rebecca writes a daily cookery column for the paper. Our good neighbor policy is further solidified by the influx of foreign students to Howard University. They come from Africa, the Caribbean, and elsewhere.
Represented here is a group of students from all over the world who have come to study at Howard University. In that group, we have 6 Liberian government students who have come under arrangement with the Cultural Relations Bureau of the United States State Department. They are to study in engineering and other courses and return to Africa. We also have a student from Freetown, Sierra Leone. We have students from Panama, British Guiana, and other countries in the Caribbean and the West Indies, and we have also some students from the Bahamas.
The students are, for the greater part, in the College of Liberal Arts. Eventually, they will get into the professional schools, and a few years from then, they will turn out to be doctors, engineers, dentists, town planners, and they all have strong intentions of returning to their homelands.
The Reverend George Dent is checked by a medical student, a helper at the Gordon home. Nurse Smith makes the patient comfortable. This home, interracial, offers free beds for the needy and is the only place of its kind in Washington. Mrs. Ida Smith Taylor meets a new patient. The presiding Elders Council of the 13th Episcopal District, comprising Tennessee and Kentucky, assembled. Bishop R. Wright, Jr. of Wilberforce. The meeting listens attentively as the learned bishop speaks. The session was in Young's Chapel, AME. Dr. E.A. Selby, treasurer of the AME Sunday School Union. They hear the importance of prayer. Reverend Smith of Eastern Tennessee registered. An exhibit showing the work of the Episcopal Church among the armed forces and the solace of prayer among the soldiers was a feature. During the business sessions and at the closing banquet, there were many noted speakers, making this conference a most important one in the series now being conducted. Rehearsing for their appearance on Broadway, these youngsters, students of Mary Bruce, prepare for the big event of their lives. The teacher, Miss Mary Bruce. She decided that the best way to stop delinquency among children and keep them off the street was to let them dance under proper direction. So her group of 150, called Star Buds of 1944, made their appearance at the Belasco Theater and won the plaudits of the public and the press.